Good morning. We would like to remind you that Beer for Breakfast morning show is purely entertainment. If you have any mental health issues, let me tell you about our friend Joan. Joan Kaler is a holistic professional counselor and consultant since 1994. And she's been exactly where you are now. Until age 39, she struggled to find her purpose and to know her self-worth. She suffered from a condition called Trichotillomania, or hair pulling. But when she volunteered with Trichotillomania Learning Center Foundation for Body-Focused Repetitive Behaviors and International OCD Foundation, she discovered the innovative tools to stop pulling her hair and to change her life. If you're feeling lost, alone, and maybe helpless, Joan remember that place. And she knows there is a pathway to healing the pain. It's time to end the cycle of stress, anxiety, hopelessness, grief, or trauma. Even if you've told yourself it's impossible, contact Joan today. Her link and information for contacting her is in the show description.
Drinking in the AM's a sin. Old Cracker's just hanging with his old friend. Beer for breakfast, what I said. Beer for breakfast, make it two. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again. Pop that top, pop that top, pop that top again.
Every morning at 7:10, the late Placid legends at it again. Tim's the guy with tools in hand, Ryan hunts gators in the borderland. Beer for breakfast is the show to see. Tim's the fixer, Ron's got the spring, and Tony's the magic, Ron's better half. Keeps the wheels turning and adds the class. From the swamps of Florida to the Mechanics Bay, Ron's got the stories, Tim leads the way. But behind the scenes, where the magic begins, Tony's booking sponsors and reeling them in. Beer for breakfast is the show to see. Tim's the fixer, Ron's got the spree, and Tony's the magic, Ron's better half. Keeps the wheels turning and adds the class. From the swamps of Florida to the Mechanics Bay, Ron's got the stories, Tim leads the way. But behind the scenes, where the magic begins, Tony's booking sponsors and reeling them in. Beer for breakfast, it's the show to see. Tim's the fixer, Ron's got the spree, and Tony's the magic, Ron's better half. Keeps the wheels turning and adds the class. Tim's the legend up in Placid town, fixing engines while the jokes go around. Ron's out wrangling the gators at night, while Tony keeps the show running tight. They're the morning crew that gets it done, with Florida sun and a little fun. Tony, Ron, and Tim, your team of three. It's beer for breakfast, the place to be. Beer for breakfast, it's the show to see. Tim's the fixer, Ron's got the spree, and Tony's the magic, Ron's better half. keeps the wheels turning in at the class. Every weekday morning at 7:10, join Tim, Ron, and Tony, Florida's ultimate dream team on Beer for Breakfast.
Beer for Breakfast Morning Show is brought to you by Ground Up Remodeling. Tim will take care of your needs from the ground up. Truly one of the best in Lake Placid, and we wouldn't let anyone else work on our handyman or home improvement needs. Call Tim today.
Everybody, welcome to the Beer for Breakfast Morning Show with the Lake Placid legend, Toolman Tim, and me, the obscure Ron, and I like to keep it that way. We're coming to you live and local from the Obscure Destinations Studios in Lake Placid, Florida.
Come and get it!
No, not that Lake Placid. Stick around, have fun, laugh while you can, and remember to like and subscribe and tell your friends about us. Good morning, everybody. I screwed it up. Good morning, everybody. It's supposed to be
continuous.
no, it wasn't seamless.
Seamless, pretty much. Yeah.
It was perfectly seamless. My problem is that I didn't put it on portrait.
Oh.
So that's gonna suck. Anyway, good morning, Tim. I'm Ron from the obscure person that doesn't want anyone to know who he is. And I have a mask even. It's Friday.
Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday. That's what I called it today. I think is Freaky Friday. And Tim told me something yesterday I was not aware of. Rodney's has now sold, and it's now just the marathon. So it's the same. It looks like the same people working there, so the service should be about the same. But I thought that was pretty interesting.
No, new people.
That's pretty cool.
They dialed it up, made it a little bit nicer.
Yeah, you said that they got like an inside food thing where they'll make you sandwiches.
Make your breakfast.
Well, I could go there for breakfast, and I wouldn't have to make Tony breakfast in the morning.
There you go, right up the street.
Right up the street. Because with that big old truck I got, I need gas every 6 months.
Well, the gas pumps got me again yesterday.
Oh yeah.
In the morning, I was right on economy. You know, it's funny how E does not mean enough.
Right.
So I stopped and got gas at Rodney's, cheapest one in town, all the way up through Sebring and everything, $2.99 a gallon. I'm thinking, yeah, I beat the system one more time. 2 hours later, I drive by, it's $2.93. Fucked again.
I know that's
Every time I get gas, it does that. Or I'll wait a day and it'll go up, and then I have to buy it at the higher rate.
my problem is I'll say, well, Wawa might have it cheaper, or up in Sebring it might be cheaper.
Yeah.
And then Tony's like, yeah, but the amount of gas you waste going to those other places, you've already spent more than it would have cost you if you just went and got it at the marathon.
When you think about it, even at a nickel a gallon,
yeah,
you might spend $1.45 more to fill your tank. Like, does that really make that much difference?
I don't think so. I wonder why my squirrels aren't up here yet.
No, I'd pay more than $1.45 for a beer.
Yeah, no kidding.
Which I'm out of this morning.
I know, that's weird.
I know.
So we're doing bourbon for breakfast.
There you go.
Well, I make I call them Kentucky tea. It's iced tea with a little bit of country time lemon packet for water, and one sweet low ice, and as much bourbon as you can handle. I like to start my day right. But no, it's we were supposed to be outside again this morning, but I went out there and my legs got cold, and I didn't want to put on sweatpants. I do have a bit of a lazy bone in me, but it's like I used to tell my dad, it's better to be lazy than sorry. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, your garden hose still needs.
Oh no, but I did start the bird feeder yesterday morning.
All right.
It's hanging down, so I'm going out there today with that. I was just going to strap it on with that strap that they sent with it.
Right.
So I'm going to take my screw gun out there with a screw and put it in there, and then I'm going to go to Tractor Supply, not a sponsor, and get some of that bird seed.
Uh-huh.
because the corn is for my squirrels.
Oh,
And the rabbit that
it's missing.
is missing, but I'm pretty sure I know where the rabbit's at. But,
That one cat looks a little fatter than he used to.
but actually, that white cat that keeps coming around again,
Yeah,
it looks fat, and I don't.
it's that time of year when they're having babies.
It
so.
could be. I don't know. If they have a baby, Tony wants a new kitten so bad.
Oh boy.
But I told her, just like with Olive found me at the big store. So I mean, the two that we had before Olive found her. She was looking for plants for the backyard in Austin, and the guy goes, "Look at these two kittens. They just
Disappeared.
no, the mama had them. Yeah, no, they basically." Tony says, "I want that one," and I said, "No, go get the other one because they're brother and sister. You got to get them both." Because they've been living together. I don't know. We're funny like that. I'm an animal lover. I love animals.
We got our new kitten that, well, it's been almost 6 months or more. My wife got it at the bar down at the American Legion.
That's a pretty cat, man.
The guy brought him in for someone else, and they never showed up. So she says, "Oh, let me hold it." So she's holding this cat, and it's just rubbing up against her and snuggling up on her. And he says, "They don't show up. You want it?" He goes, "Yeah, I'll take it."
It's a pretty cat. Yeah.
Oreo.
I think it's probably prettier than your cat. Your cat's just cooler.
Right.
Your cat's built like a sprint car. He's a stumpy little cat. I love that cat.
He's a short wag.
And he's got he's like a wide track.
Yeah.
And he's got a big old cat head on him. Those big.
She's built for cornering.
Yeah, she's a pretty cat though. But this Morris that we got running around here, it's like I said the other day. I can get along with any neighbor as long as they don't hurt my cats. But I've seen rabbits and cats fight before.
Oh yeah.
And a rabbit ain't no joke.
Mm-mm.
A rabbit put that shit on you.
He'll kick your ass.
Literally.
Literally.
I mean, well, it's like when a cat, when you get one upside down or on his back and he scratches his belly, and he does that with his feet, that scratch.
Right.
When a rabbit does that, it hurts really bad.
Oh yeah.
And the rabbit's got these teeth.
And they got strong legs.
Yeah, they do. Well, so do cats.
Yeah. But I think the rabbits are stronger because they hop higher.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they have to hop all the time. They're not like a cat hops when it wants to.
Yeah, it's big. I always wanted to have a pet rabbit, but I knew that as soon as I start really loving the pet rabbit, that would be like, okay, it's time to start feeding him corn. It's coming up.
Guess what we're having for dinner Sunday?
We're having Peter Rabbit for dinner.
Old Peter's gonna be gone.
Yeah, that was my introduction on being careful of what pets to get. Because in 4-H they were like, you need to raise chickens. And I'm like, I don't want to mess with chickens. I don't like chickens. But however, my wife wants a brood of them. I know they are, but if my wife wants it, what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, why don't you put them out by the shed?
Well, no, what we were thinking is building a pen with wheels.
Oh yeah,
and then we can move it around, and that way we never have to mow.
Right.
Right? I mean, it seemed like perfect. They constantly can get, because this land out here is full of, according to the armadillos, they love it. So there's got to be all kinds of good stuff in that. But it would be cool to build a big pen and then just put it on those wheels and just move it.
Yeah. Drag it around.
And I'm friends with these BattleBots people. I can call one of the ones here, not too far from here, and just say, hey, I'm going to build this big old chicken pen, and I want y'all to come over here and robot that shit up. And then Tony wouldn't even have to go outside.
To get the remote.
The remote, poor chickens would go crazy. We're mowing again, damn it.
Better neighborhood, I hope.
That woman's drunk or something. By the way, our producer, Tony, doesn't drink alcohol. We can't afford it for all three of us to sit up here.
That's true. We got to watch our budget.
We got to watch. Someone's got to drive. Someone's got to drive somewhere, because one of us falls down, because Tim is coordinated. I will fall down. I got one good leg and it ain't good. So Tony's always worried about me falling. Well, if me and Tim have a show called Beer for Breakfast Morning Show, we got to have somebody who can take us to the hospital real quick.
Right.
There's a good chance that we could hurt ourselves.
Yeah, I get the dog turd obstacle course to get back and forth from my house to yours.
Thanks for telling me that my dog pooped in my sidewalk.
I didn't see it.
Oh, and it had to be before. You're lucky you didn't step in it because I'm walking down there with this bird feeder trying to.
You found it?
I didn't step in it, but I'm like, that son of a bitch. He could have told me that my dog left him a present out there.
No, I never noticed it.
Yeah, it was there.
I'm probably used to dodging them, and I don't think about it anymore.
Well, usually I go out there and rake it so you know how to.
Right? I see the raking marks, and I know
Yeah.
it's safe.
Now, if it's cold, you got to fend for yourself if it's cold. But they say it's going to be in the 70s today, tomorrow, and Sunday.
And then another cold front.
And that's what they say. I mean, it was a hot summer, so we should have had at least a decent winter. I'm telling you, we're going to end up with frost this year.
Could be.
And we're south of frost proof, so we should be able to sue Ron DeSantis.
Yeah.
You should be able to, frost proof says, hey, frost proof means there's no frost. Do you live out of frost proof?
You better not see any frost.
I don't want any frost. And if you're the governor, then by God,
Better pass.
somebody's got to pay. Somebody's got to pay. But, you know, we had frosting. You know, these orange groves, you know what they do when it freezes?
They spray them with water because it creates ice and protects the fruit.
Down in Clewiston, they launch helicopters. They literally launch helicopters that hover over those orange groves.
Move the air.
I guess, I don't know why they do it, but you can hear them every time it's about to freeze.
Huh.
I mean, there'd be 100 helicopters starting up and going over that. When we were kids, when we had orange up in Micanopy, part of our property was an orange grove. We had those big diesel or kerosene heaters. It looked like a cannon that stood up.
Yeah.
And you know, everybody had one in their shop up there. You know,
Right.
if you're a mechanic, that's what you had. You fill up the bottom with kerosene, and it would burn for hours and hours and hours. But what they did in Clewiston was they put the helicopters over them, I guess, to keep the air moving. But they say that if the oranges don't hit at least almost a frost, they're no good. They say that they're not as sweet when they hit that frost. That's when the oranges get sweet.
I did not know that.
I did not know that either until I was growing up and somebody told me that. Now, and I've also been told that if your orange piece has a regular orange tree, like a Valencia orange,
yeah,
if it has thorns on it, then it's going to be a bitter orange. If the tree has thorns, it's going to be
Well, it's
bitter.
warning you don't pick it because you're going to have a thorn in your hand and it sucked.
Yeah, pretty much. My dad said back when he was little, and he was born in the 30s, he did that they would pay him 25 cents a day to go pick oranges.
Huh.
And you know, he was a Florida boy. You know, I mean, that's what
Quarter a day. Can you believe that?
quarter a day. Well, and they was probably making money back then.
Well, we used to get paid 75 cents an hour for baling hay and
Well,
put it in a barn.
we used to get that. We used to get fed to do that. I remember my friends going, I'm getting
The only
an
reason they
allowance.
fed you is because they wanted you to stay alive long enough to do it twice.
I remember my friends saying, "Mike, how much allowance do you get?" I said, "What?"
I'm allowed to stay in the house.
And
That's
this
allowance.
was right when we had moved to Omaha from here. And I'm like, "What the hell is allowance?" I mean, I couldn't compute it. They said, "Well, you know, your mom and dad give you a certain amount of money every week to spend." And I'm like, "Oh, that's never happened to me.
That don't happen here.
I've never had anything like that happen." So then I kind of brought it up to my mom and dad, and my mom said, "Oh yeah, we know what allowance is. We'll take care of you." That's when I learned that
You're
I had to
gonna
mow
work
the
harder
yard
for
twice a week.
it.
Cleaning my bedroom was my responsibility. I didn't get paid for that, and if it was dirty,
And you
then
got
I
it.
lost my. Yeah, my mom. They were glad that I asked for that allowance.
My dad
It was
decided.
$5 a week.
My dad decided to make me mow the lawn and not bitch about it every week. That he would give me $25 a week to mow the lawn. Well, you had to mow it a certain way, a certain speed. He was a real pain in the ass about it. And I didn't like mowing the lawn because he made you do it at a specific time every Saturday before you could do anything. So when I finally got old enough where I had a part-time job after school, well, I was making, I don't know, say $75 a week. So he said to me one day, he goes, "Well, you don't have to go to work today." He says, "When are you going to mow the lawn?" I said, "I'll tell you what." I said, "You know that $25 you give me to mow the lawn? Here's $25, mow your own goddamn lawn.
When we were in Omaha, it was a much smaller yard.
So I had to pay him every freaking week from that point in.
I believe that's probably the way it should go. I think once I got my first job outside of being farm labor,
Right.
I think that's when everything kind of really. That's when I had to start buying my own clothes because my mom liked to dress me as a preppy, so everything that I bought was preppy. I have probably spent between me and my mother, for me alone, literally $5,000 on Sperry topsiders. Literally, and I love them. I'd wear them now, but I just like my Indian shoes. But
if you could afford them,
yeah, they're expensive still. But I had to start buying my own clothes as soon as I got the job, and I was just sitting. I was not even 15 yet, and I was setting trap and skeet in Omaha, Nebraska, at this place called Koch Recreation Center, and I'm setting skeets, no problem. Setting trap, you're in that little bitty booth under the ground, and you're laying these clay pigeons on this thing that's going to sling them out there the length of a football field. So that means, and it will break your fingers. And it will hurt you. And if you don't set them right, then the guy with the gun will shoot the back of that building. And it scares the hell out of you.
Amazing.
I learned how to do 2 and 3 because you'd have to do it quick. Bam, bam, bam. Because you don't have any idea when he's going to yell pull. You have no idea. The girl was always a girl up there with the button.
You could be halfway through setting them, then
Right.
he yells pull.
Yell pull,
your
and
hand goes.
your fingers, and it will slam them back. Oh, it hurts.
You'd be shooting
I don't think I ever broke my fingers, but I've had them to where they were black from being bruised so much from catching it. But I've never let my hand. I was quick.
Yeah, you learn to be real fast.
Yeah, but I did that for so long. But they would shoot. They would say that didn't go well. They'd shoot the back of that building, and it's just bird shot.
Right, but still.
But, yeah, you don't want to get shot with anything. But yeah, that was my first job, and then I didn't get paid minimum wage for that. I think we got something like $30 a day or something.
Huh.
And we were there from like 5 o'clock in the morning getting ready, and then all the way through. As soon as it got dark, we were there. Which my parents loved. They're like, "Oh yeah, this is great."
Get him out of the house.
And then during the winter, it snowed so much up there, that place closed. So I got a job at a place called Barada's. It was a Italian restaurant as a dishwasher for $3.35 an hour. And I loved that job.
Man, I filled in one.
I love dishwashing jobs. Nobody bothers you.
My wife worked up here at the truck stop diner before these new people bought it. And the lady that owned it was real nice. She's an older woman. Her and her husband originally owned it, and then he passed away, and then a few years later she sold it. But they were short a dishwasher one day. Well, I come trotting in there and had nothing going on, something canceled. And she asked me, she goes, "Hey, would you be a fill-in dishwasher for me?" I'm like, "Oh, you got a dishwashing machine. How the fuck hard can this be?"
Well, you got to rinse them
I
off.
was hauling ass for hours and hours. I couldn't believe it. And then when I was all done, she gave me a beer. They had a real limited supply of beer.
Yeah.
And she says, "Don't tell anybody, but go ahead and get yourself a beer out of that cooler." And I'm thinking, oh man, that's what I'm getting paid is a goddamn beer.
I'm already sweating 12-pack from yesterday.
Oh my God, I was
When
sweating like nobody's business.
those first 4 years I spent in the Navy, everybody is there's this thing called mess cranking. And if you're on the ship, you have to spend, I think it was 6 months in the kitchen, so you would respect the cooks. And they asked me, "All right, you can do whatever you want. You can work on the line, you can clean up this, or you can be a dishwasher." They call it the scullery.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Let me go to the scullery, man. I can do that. I don't care if I was on the USS Sims, a fast frigate. It was a very small ship.
You figured that was a no-brainer.
I said, "Hey, man, I don't care. I can just sit there. Nobody's going to yell at me." And I'm telling you, it's immediate respect. You get so much respect when you're the dishwasher because everyone's like, "He's got these big pots for wash and all that shit. Leave him alone." And I'm like, "This is great. Nobody's talking to me." I've always been, I have an extrovert personality and an introvert center being. If I get to know you and I like you, I can talk to you for hours. If I don't know you, I just assume you just leave me alone and don't.
You're a very well-rounded individual.
I'm very something.
Is that
It's a good
to
thing.
be
It's
confused with insanity?
you know, we have a new sponsor for the show, Joan Kyler, and she's a psychotherapist or a psychologist.
Joan, I'll be right over.
But what I really like about her is I do a private show a lot of nights. It's for PTSD. It's invite only. You can only get an invitation to it because I don't want people going in there and being jerked.
Yeah, it's
And
not a commercial thing,
This is the internet, you know.
right?
So and I'll have people in there, and I like that's why I like her. Is one of her specialties is PTSD, and you know you don't ever know when PTSD is going to hit you. You could have a car wreck tomorrow, and your life be changed by PTSD. Like you got hit in the head with that hammer, you're still not right. I don't know if that's part of it or
Yeah, it really didn't change me much.
not.
I stutter a little now.
I don't know. And how long were you in the hospital? A week?
3 or 4 days. And
3 or 4 days? Jeez.
I broke my skull in 3 places, my nose in 2 places,
And the hammer?
and the hammer. What else did I do? There was 3 different parts of me that got broken, and it was all in my face.
Probably your eye socket?
Yeah, a little bit of the eye socket. That's what it was. I had stitches all across my forehead and nose. It was like in a Z pattern. I looked like Frankenstein. And the guy in the emergency room says, well, we're going to keep you on ice until the plastic surgeon gets here. It's going to be a couple of hours. And I says, I got to sit here for a couple of hours waiting to get stitched up. And he says, well, if you're interested, he says, I'm a pretty good sewer. He says, I can stitch you up if you want, and then you don't have to wait so long. And I said, dude, I was not good looking when I got here, and I don't expect to be any better when I leave.
Don't say that. You're the good looking one of our morning crew, man.
Well, he did a fine job, apparently.
Boy, that's got to be pretty.
Oh, yeah. You got the smarts, and I got the looks. Oh, God, we're in trouble.
Oh, no, that would be a mistake.
Yeah, there it is. Ladies, control yourself. I know you can't see me. I kind of look a little cuter than that squirrel. No, not really.
On Halloween, he looked just like Alice Cooper.
That day I looked pretty good.
Yeah. What I do know is if you're in the sun to have long hair, it would work for you.
Yeah.
Because when you walked up here, I'm like, shit. Because, you know, Tim's older than me, and he still has all his hair.
Most of it.
Well, 90% of it. You look at me, if I didn't shave my head, you'd be like, that guy needs to shave his head. He looks like a cancer patient. Let's work this out.
The nice thing about being 6'4" is no one realizes that you're balding on the top of your head until you sit in a chair and they walk by and say, damn, you are losing your hair.
Thanks, dude.
It's like, yeah, thanks for mentioning that. I really appreciate it.
Get that black spray paint from Ron Popeil. You remember him? The fisherman guy that spray paint your hair black. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
It doesn't get to your skull at all. Don't worry about it. There's no toxins in here.
I had an uncle that he was, gray, like
white.
Gray. Yeah, natural gray. I thought it looked cool.
I'd go for total gray.
But he thought he was too young for that. So he went and got that man's hair dye,
right?
Where the men dye it black.
Oh, that looks horrible.
Oh, not only that, it does look horrible. Not only that, we're out there and he says, hey, we got to put Ivermectin on these cows, right? And it's probably about mid-August. So we're lining these cows up. I've already got the chute built. We're getting it all together. And the first time that he hits that squeeze chute to squeeze that calf in there, something hits me in the face. And I look over and his black dye is just dripping off of his face. And I'm like, ain't there a way? I said, Tony dyes her hair red. That red dye doesn't fall on me.
Yeah, it's not like you're dripping red.
That shit got all over my face. I'm like, oh my God, what is this? I'm bleeding.
We had a guy
who
lived down the way, and we called him the drunken mailman. Because for Christmas time, he used to tell people he knew to leave him a can of Coors Light in the mailbox.
Oh, yeah.
That was his tip. He says, no, don't leave me any money. He says, for a card, just throw a couple of cans of beer in the mailbox. And he would drink all day long on his mail route because it was out here in the rural area. But everybody called him the drunken mailman. And he was starting to go a little on the gray. And he had pretty dark hair. Well, one day he decides, oh, and he had a goatee. The goatee was turning really great quick. So he decides one day to go home and paint his hair black with this shit you buy for your hair. Like,
Yeah.
it looked like shoe polish.
Something for men, yeah. It's
Yeah,
like,
but it went so extreme. He looked so stupid.
like Elvis.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like you put a wig on it. It was so horrible. Everybody's busting on him, laughing at him. He went home and I think he must use turpentine to get that shit out because it was gone in a day and a half.
Yeah. Or you just watched it 3 times. I don't know.
33 times.
We're going to take a pause for the cause unless you listen to something that's very near and dear to our hearts. Here you go. We will be right back.
Is a holistic professional counselor and consultant since 1994. And she's been exactly where you are now. Until age 39, she struggled to find her purpose and to know her self-worth. She suffered from a condition called Trichotillomania, or hair pulling. But when she volunteered with Trichotillomania Learning Center Foundation for Body-Focused Repetitive Behaviors and International OCD Foundation, she discovered the innovative tools to stop pulling her hair and to change her life. If you're feeling lost, alone, and maybe helpless, Joan remember that place. And she knows there is a pathway to healing the pain. It's time to end the cycle of stress, anxiety, hopelessness, grief, or trauma. Even if you've told yourself it's impossible, contact Joan today. Her link and information for contacting her is in the show description.
And we're back.
Live.
Live from Lake Placid.
The Lake Placid Country Club.
It's, you know, we're not gonna have the great views that we had normally
Sideways.
because I'm on the wrong damn thing. I wonder.
Everybody tilt your head and watch.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to. Yeah.
That works. Just lay on your bed and watch your phone sideways.
Yeah, that might help.
And we promise not to try to put you to sleep.
No, we're probably gonna now. There you go. That's like a living postcard. That is that's literally a live stream.
Is that from Marvin's?
Yeah, yeah.
That's nice out there, but it feels like 100 miles away. And it's
It does.
really not.
No, it's not. It's almost exactly 9 miles from right here.
Really. It feels like you're driving to freaking Miami when you go.
Yeah, it does.
And then she lives out on that freaking back road.
Yeah, it takes forever. Well, it does. It just feels like it.
Yeah, it's really not that far.
But that's what's so bad. Like if I'm trying to go from here to, like anywhere, Sebring or something, because it's so dead between here and there. There's not really a whole lot of anything between Lake Placid South and Lake Placid North until you get to Sebring.
Oh, there's the Sasquatch running around.
Well, yeah, Bigfoot. But you leave from here, you get to Moorhaven. There's like only 2 places to get gas in Moorhaven.
Beer.
And there's like they already closed the Burger King there. The only thing Moorhaven has to go for it is the prison. And either that or nobody works there. So
yeah, it's self-ran.
then you get past Moorhaven, you got Clewiston. All Clewiston's got is the Walmart. And you don't want to stop there because, as I've already said, all the felons work at Walmart. So then after that, then you end up going through South Bay. Then you keep going. You don't run into Jack from Clewiston until you get to basically North Miami. You don't get into nothing.
Yeah, just open road.
All the best you can do is at South Bay. South Bay, turn left, and you can go to Pahokee. And Florida has a really cool names for towns named after, most of them named after Seminole Indian
I would say they're Indian
words.
names.
Yeah.
Pahokee. That always sounds like a fake made-up name. Like your last name. That's not your real name.
Yeah, it is.
That's your freaking witness protection name.
It should be.
Smith.
Man, I wish I could have done something to get in the witness protection, but you know.
Nobody's name is Smith. That's just the biggest made up name in the world.
I know it was so funny because when Tony did the ancestry on me, because I told her, you know, because I've always been told, oh no, you're my uncles would tell me these things, you know, they would say, oh, you're Sicilian and you're part this and you're part that. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense, you know, except for I'm tall, but I got a big nose and everything, so that makes sense.
I saw your full eye.
Yeah. So Tony gets this in. She goes, okay, first of all, you're a little Indian. Everything else on your mom and dad's side is all Scottish and Irish. Everything else.
Huh.
So apparently one of my grandfathers really liked the Masuki Indian tribe.
So St. Patty's Day is your day.
I guess. And I don't wear green. I don't look good in green.
I don't look good in orange jumpsuits.
Oh, no. Oh, no. No. You know when
I'm too pretty for jail.
I always say, too pretty for jail. I'm not going to jail. I will not.
Can you believe that one teacher girl got away with going to
Because
jail?
she was too pretty for
She was too damn
in
pretty for
Tampa.
jail.
Yeah, that's crazy shit, man.
I can't believe any judge.
If it wasn't all that pretty, she didn't even have no meat on her bones. Poor girl needed a sandwich.
Oh my God, she wasn't anything special. She was just country girl cute, but she wasn't like supermodel or nothing.
I'm not one of these trolls that say mean things on the internet. But somebody will post a picture. Some girl will post a picture of her weight loss. You know, and she'll be like, she was like 250 pounds, and now she's like 110.
Right.
And I'm like, you'll eat a sandwich, all that flabby skin will go away. Eat a sandwich down there.
You know, it always kills me about those before and after pictures, like the commercials on TV and stuff.
The bras are always the same size.
They never have the same haircut from being heavy. It's like they change the color of their hair, they change their total hairstyle.
Yeah, well.
When they're heavy, they don't put makeup on them.
Right,
And
that's
then when
true.
they're thin,
Yeah.
they doll them up like they just went to glamour.
They
shop.
find the shittiest photo of them when they were a kid,
Right.
when they were younger.
Make them look frumpy as hell.
If you'll pay attention to the what is that, Nutri-Slim or whatever that milkshakes? No, the milkshakes you can buy.
Right.
Slim Fast.
Slim Fast.
They'll have a fat girl with a pink bikini on with specific Paisleys or whatever on it, a design. Then they'll have her smaller with the exact same bathing suit. Everything is the same. Well, before Photoshop, people bought that shit.
Right.
But now, and I'm telling you, I can go into AI and create a picture of. I can take a picture of you right now. I can go into AI.
You might look like Schwarzenegger when you're done.
It wouldn't even take me 5 minutes. I can go right into. Okay.
Just got to be able to transfer that in reality.
You know, people always say, "How did?" Let me tell you something I heard the other day about Bill Murray. You've seen Roadhouse, right? The original?
Yeah.
Well, Patrick Swayze, God rest his soul, was with this woman, that lady that was the nurse, I forgot her name.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bill Murray is really good friends with her and her husband.
Oh, yeah.
So Bill Murray would call Bill Murray says, I stay up a lot at night. And he says, I would be watching, and he says, every time it was on, he said, it would always be on TBS, like 2 o'clock in the morning, when they would play Roadhouse. He said, at that certain point, he would call him and go, I'm not going to tell you who I am, but I'm just going to tell you as a friend, and we are friends. That son of a bitch, Patrick Swayze, God bless the rest of his soul, is banging the hell out of your wife right now on TBS. You might want to go watch it. And I don't have any problem believing that Bill Murray would do some shit like that.
Yeah, I think he's really a funny guy.
I think he is too. I think he is hysterical. I don't care who he votes for or whatever, but he's funny and shit. He's
That
just
has
funny.
no impact on how you think he's funny.
Yeah,
I wish we could play that comedian that I played yesterday, but we can't.
today I'm scared to death.
Yeah, we have too many controversial things. In
I'm already in trouble enough for saying things that I say. I got a bet. You know, this YouTube channel is 18 years old, almost 19. Most people that are following me aren't even 19 yet. And I literally have 365,000 subscribers here, and they don't watch me and Tim in the morning because they're not our age. Somehow YouTube gave me a demographic on something in their algorithm where all these kids watch me, and then they see me and Tim on here and hear us talking. They're like, "Gosh,
The hell are they talking about?
those are boomers." I'm like, well,
It's like Rudolph's
You
been
know,
in the air for 60 years.
if you
Who's
just-
Rudolph?
oh, yeah, what was that?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah.
Today went on CBS for the first time in 1964.
You know what I
That
heard?
makes Rudolph 60.
Really?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We heard these two girls in Beef O'Brady's talking yesterday over here in Lake Placid. And one of them said, just to keep my husband happy, I have sex with him 4 times a week. That way I keep him satisfied. And the girl says, yeah, with me it's only once. She said, once what? She said, once a week. She said, but you're not even married. She said, oh, I thought we were talking about your husband. Tim said dad jokes were allowed.
Yeah.
Tim said we're allowed to tell dad jokes and have bad humor. That's what
We got the market cornered.
we really do. We really do. Said, I don't know why the kids don't love our show. I just don't understand.
Because we don't like kids.
We could always say, we'll buy you alcoholic beverages for a 20% premium. It'd show up on the Friday.
The numbers just went up by thousands.
I had a friend
How
that
come the phones are ringing off the hook?
I had a friend that sold. He was way out in the country, and he had refrigerators like a store,
Right?
and he filled it up with the cheapest beer he could get, and he had all the cheapest whiskeys and wines he could get.
You sell to the local kids?
And he was telling to whoever would. If you walked up there, if the beer cost him $15 for a case,
Cost you 20.
no sir, it cost you $30.
Oh,
Or you had to drive all the way to town, risk a DUI or anything else.
double your money, double your
And
fun.
guess where they found him one day? Dead on his couch. Dead on his couch. And all the guys would go there and play poker with him and shit. And
Good job, I guarantee.
it was. They know who did it. They called him. But people get mad at him because they were like, he's taking advantage of people. No, he's not. It's the exchange. It's the price.
It's supply and demand.
Supply and demand.
If you don't want to pay it, drive to the store.
It's like I told you about that dresser before I was told that we have to keep it.
Mhm.
I said, look, I believe in the exchange of ownership. You give it to me, that shit's mine.
That's
If
right.
I want to sell it, that's on me.
Yeah, I was totally surprised, and you're like, well, you wouldn't be upset if we got rid of it, would you? And I'm like, got rid of what? The dresser you got me. Well, once it's yours, it's yours. I don't care if you put it in the backyard and burn it for campwood. It doesn't matter to me. If I wanted it and you came over and burned it, I might have an issue.
What? I'm almost out of the cold. My cold's almost gone. The thing that I was thinking about was it would be easier to call these guys that I know to have them come and buy it and then move it than it would be for me and you to move it where I got it now. So then Tony goes, no, I think I want to
Yeah,
keep
but
it.
I did the tile. It's nice and smooth. You
Yeah,
slide
it
down
wasn't
the
that
floor.
hard. It really wasn't that. I said, you just push, honey.
Right.
I said, because I just don't have the heart to ask Tim to come over here and help me do this. I just can't do it.
Yeah, Tim's great idea. Oh, this is bamboo. It shouldn't weigh anything.
That was
I
bamboo.
swear to God, we're lifting a Volkswagen.
That's what it felt like we were looking at a Volkswagen. And
When I was a kid, we had a auto mechanic shop teacher that I really liked, Mr. Holmes,
yeah,
and he had a Volkswagen Beetle, like a 68 or 9. It was a real old one. Well, as a prank one day, because we used to go outside the shop, it's like our school was built on a rolling bank.
right.
So the auto shop was on the lower floor, and you could walk out flat to the ground, and it was a garage door. Well, that was the smoking area.
Yeah,
So we'd go outside, he'd park his car there, and we'd go outside and smoke. Well, one day we come up with this brilliant idea. Let's put his car between the building and the dumpster. So 4 of us picked up his Volkswagen, carried it over, wedged it between the dumpster and the building,
oh, that's dirty.
and he says, Mr. Martin, I know you had something to do with this. He says, are you going to take that car out of there, or am I going to have to kick your ass? And I says, well, my suggestion, sir, would be fire that mother up, throw it in reverse, and shove the dumpster back a foot and a half, and you can drive the fuck out. And so he did.
I had a friend.
I ended up buying that Volkswagen for my mother.
I had a friend that literally could pick him up. He was Samoan. We were in high school. He was a senior, and he was a Samoan, big old giant.
Was he giant?
He was giant, dude. I mean, he was just freaky. And he was like our star center football player. So he was the whole line.
I was gonna say he was the line. You didn't need
he was something else. And he was such a great guy.
He just put his arms out, take the whole of your team down.
But there was this girl that he wanted to date. She didn't want to have nothing to do with him because she just would only date these white preppy guys, and he was none of that.
None of that.
And
she was scared what he had.
Probably, yeah.
She's like, he's that big.
If his hands and feet are that big, I don't want nothing to do with that guy.
Yeah, like me.
But she had a Volkswagen Carmen Gia. Is that what they're called?
Mm-hmm.
And he literally picked it up from the front with, I guess the motor and those are in the back too. I don't know. He picked it up from the front and moved it all the way to another parking station. She couldn't find it. She called the police on it. I don't know. He was a cool dude. I don't know why she wouldn't date him because he was a cool dude.
Well, he couldn't fit in her car.
Probably.
he had to carry.
And I bet you he kept growing after high school. I dated a girl named Pam Fulner, and her brother played football for Nebraska. And his name was Bradley. And he was a massive beast. But I like heavy set girls, so she looked like a little bowling ball. Anyway, we were only in high school. She looked like a little bowling ball. She looked like that girl that ate the blueberry on.
Oh yeah, Willy Wonka.
Yeah, that's what my mom said. She looks like the Willy Wonka girl. I mean, like these fat girls. I'm like, I don't know. They're comfortable. They're squishy. I like squishy.
They ride well.
Yeah, there's that. I remember my friend Kurt going, "Well, you and Pam broke up. Now what?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. There's a thousand fish in the sea." And my mom went back. Whales, he liked whales. No, Mom was nuts. Well, you don't have any idea yet. We haven't even scraped the surface of how crazy that bitch was. I'm telling you, if she is in heaven, everybody up there that's near her is laughing. If she is in hell, people are glad because she's got the devil busy. They're
having a roast.
Oh yeah, my mama was nuts.
Oh, you know how you can tell if someone's a vegetarian? They'll tell you.
Oh yeah. Oh man,
what is it with that? Just because you're vegetarian, the whole world needs to know. It's like, hey, I eat meat. Do I walk up and say, I eat meat?
Yeah. I do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing with me and my big old Trump hat and everything. I mean, do I have to say I'm a Trump guy? No, but I want to because I just want to piss you off a little bit.
Right. Just tickle your...
Even if I didn't vote for Trump, I would wear a Trump hat just to see if I could get reactions out of it.
Oh, yeah.
I would. I'd be like, oh. But see, now I almost feel like I should put on a Harris hat.
Oh.
But I just can't bring myself to do it. No. Give me a decent Democrat, and I'll wear one on one day and one on the next day. I would like for our parties to be political parties again. And actually start working for the country instead of working for foreign
party, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on, dude.
Isn't that the whole idea? You're supposed to represent the
You're supposed to take care of America, and then you've got people with dual citizenships
and they just take care
with other countries. You should not be able to be a politician in our country at all, even dog catcher, if you have dual citizenship. Because where do your priorities lie?
Right. Where's your allegiance?
When I screw up this country, so I can go back to the country that I have another citizenship in.
Yeah, like, well, if I screw it up here and they're going to throw me in jail, I'll just hit the brakes.
No, I don't.
I can live over in Jamaica for another 50 years.
Or I think the biggest one here is Israel. Everybody from Chuck Schumer on down to I think Ivanka Trump or Ivana, the young girl. I think she has dual citizenships. Her husband does, Jared.
No kidding.
They have dual citizenships here in Israel. I don't got no problem with Israel. I don't got no problem with dual citizenships. Stay the hell as far away from our government until you can pick a girlfriend, honey.
Yeah, who do you want to dance with? You know,
pick a girlfriend. And I know people say, "Well, that's just horrible." I don't give a shit.
I don't think that's illogical thought whatsoever. Pick your dance partner and stick with it.
That's it. Dance with who, run get who. If
Run what you brown.
if you come to America,
Back America.
if you come to America, then you want to be here. It's not like people that were born here that don't have money and can leave. You came here on your free accord,
Right?
and then you fly a Palestinian flag or a Jamaican flag or a Mexican flag. You need to ship your ass back, right then.
There's nothing wrong with being proud of where you're from,
Right,
but you obviously didn't think it was that great because you don't live there.
right.
So let's get the show on the road. Where do you want to be? You want to
can
be
be-
a freaking from Mexico and eating tacos all your life, or you want to come up here and eat wannabe tacos?
I want to go.
in America.
I want to go eat tacos all my life. I'd go to Mexico in a minute. I'd go to Mexico in a minute, but I wouldn't go where all the cartels are. I'd find me a little hole.
Oh yeah.
I had a friend named Christopher Thomas Alvarado.
Well, you gotta have a hole so the bullets go over your head.
Right. I had a friend named Christopher Thomas Alvarado. I was in the military with him, and he said, let's go to Tijuana. I was like, all right.
Is that as crazy a place that they say?
Yeah, it's really wild. Man. It's as bad as San Juan, Puerto Rico. It's bad. It's bad.
There's nothing you can't imagine that you can't see
bring
there.
penicillin and condoms is all I'm saying.
And money.
But and a lot of money. You don't even have to have a lot. You know. Hey, meester, you want to meet my sister? Buy these two chiclets. Buy these two chiclets. No, the kids are selling chiclets.
Chiclets.
Yeah, gum.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But anyway, I said, I want some tacos. He goes, oh, look, there's a taco shop. He goes, you don't eat that shit. I said, what? He goes, look at it. The building's all fancy and it's nice. He said, you don't eat tacos there.
Yeah, that's commercial shit.
I'm like, what? He goes, nah. He goes, let's drive around.
That's like Taco Bell.
And he found this place that looked like a bomb shelter. He's like, there you go. It's a taqueria. Go in there. Let's go in there and have tacos.
Yeah, you got to go in with your hand on your weapon.
And he's like, this is it. And you sit in, and once you got in, it was clean as nice and beautiful.
He just had a mystique about it.
Because it was an old building, but they keep it clean. And man, the best tacos I ever had was when I went with him to. We went to 4 or 5 places in Mexico, and that was the best. One of the worst places I've ever been in my life. And look, I've been to Turkey. I've been to combat zones. I would go back to Afghanistan tomorrow before I went to Mexico City. In my current condition.
It was that fun, huh?
Oh my God, Mexico City was horrible. It stunk. You know how you always think of China with all the smog?
Right.
And everybody in masks? That's Mexico City.
No kidding.
Constant smog, everyone in masks, everyone way before COVID.
Is that one of the places where they like shit in the ditch alongside the road?
No, it's modern. It's very modern.
Oh, it's modernized?
Yeah, it's almost like going to Orlando, except for they have no health regulations. There's no environmental regulations.
Huh.
So all of that industry
Just dumped.
and it's American businesses down there going, hey, look, we can move our car shop over here to Mexico City.
And not worry about the emissions.
We don't have to worry about the emissions or anything. And just, so they don't float back over here. I mean, we get sand sometimes from Africa when the sands blow.
Yeah, that amazes me. It can go all the way across the ocean.
But not that pollution with them American car companies moved to Mexico. That pollution, that doesn't come here. Don't worry about it.
No, we built the wall.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't heard Trump talk about the wall. He hasn't really put the big emphasis on it. Like, as soon as I get back in office, by God, the goddamn cranes are going to start rolling.
He didn't have to. He appointed.
It's pretty much a given. Huh?
He appointed Ullman as his border guy. And Ullman.
What's the vice president guy going to do? Anything? I never hear a word one about him.
He talks a lot.
I don't even know his name.
J.D. Vance.
Vance.
You ever watch Hillbilly Elegy?
No.
That's his movie. It's about his life. He's straight up dude. He was a Marine too, yeah. His mom was an addict forever. She's clean now. Yeah, she was a.
Yeah, I don't know squat about this guy. He just appeared out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the deal with Trump appointing all these people to all these important positions? And he's basically using Floridians. Like he uses politicians and sheriffs and stuff from Florida. Isn't there anyone else in the whole country qualified?
Hold on. I had a frog in my throat.
Limbaugh.
No, I don't know why he did that. The way I look at it is Trump knows what he's doing.
Yeah, but I mean, it's weird
That-
that he's
that
just
lady-
picking Floridians.
Yeah, he has a lot of them. But that lady that he picked for labor secretary,
Yeah.
she's a union woman. She's all for unions. Well,
She'd know more about it than anybody else, I suppose.
no, not if you support unions, then you don't support anything the Republican Party supports. Nothing. Because
So what the hell's he thinking there?
I don't know. Why did he take
Maybe he
Gates?
wants the unions to. Well, he doesn't know we're going to get voted in again because he can't.
Right. So this is what makes it all so weird is he's never getting voted in again.
He
So
must have an ulterior motive.
I'm hoping so, but my friends tell me, don't say that. Don't say that. Trump doesn't play 3D and 4D chess. He's just making stupid decisions. And I'm like, look, I voted for the guy.
3D and 4D chess.
I'm like, I voted for the guy. I'm not going to second guess him. You know what you don't want? You don't want Ron being president. Because I'm firing everybody and hiring my family, and we're immediately putting up signals and shit saying, this is America's stay out.
Right? And we're
I'm
going to
getting-
have stills in every.
I'm getting that Vladimir, Vlad the Impaler guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to find someone in his family, have us build us a fence and put heads on a pipe all the way around the country and say, come in at your own risk. Because Ron runs this shit now, baby. Ron runs this shit. Come on in and
Can I be your vice president?
You're good. We're good. And you know,
And we could have a morning show and chuckle about all the funny things we're
and
going to do.
here's the funniest thing, because of my second thing, I would be like, every veteran that has sniper training, I need you on the border every 500 feet. You probably will never have to shoot anybody, and if you do, only once or twice.
Then you get bonuses.
And then I would go and get some of the old Vietnam guys that are still alive, and have them dig holes along the sand, put Downton Betty's in there.
Yeah.
Downton Betty will take out a lot.
Downton Betty will take you out.
Downton Betty will do the deed, baby.
Yeah.
I
They call you Stumpy after that, right?
there's anything left.
Yeah. Fragmentation.
Anything go off?
Only on television,
Oh,
not in real life, thank goodness.
they have a place in Little Creek. Whoa. They have a place in Little Creek, Bay that shows how it's done. They'll show you with stand up.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Are they loud explosions?
Not really.
No. It's like the whole country's going to be alerted.
Yeah, they're not that loud.
Just
And
the
it's,
immediate area.
it's about the size. It's about this. It's not very big. It's just small. And they
Size of a cake pan.
not even.
Not even.
No.
Like a.
So
16 by
if you
16.
cut the top part off of a fifth of booze,
Yeah.
so that's like a coffee can, really, 1 pound coffee can. It's about like that. And then what happens is that thing goes, choom, back. It just makes the sun rise.
Just scatter.
It scatters everywhere. So you're getting got.
You know, it's funny. You relate things to the size of a bottle of booze, or
Yeah.
the size of a beer can,
Coffee.
or a coffee can. When I went up to my doctor, I came back and I was helping my friend Lenny, which I have to do as soon as I get off the air here. He says, I come in his garage and I got 3 beer cans. He says, what's that? And I says, that's how long it takes to get to my doctor in Sebring. It's a 3 beer ride.
Well, Tony, I am convinced, has never, ever even had a drink and driven anywhere,
Which is a good thing.
which is a great thing. But what I do is I go, how long are we going to be gone? She'll say, probably an hour or two. I'm like, all right, well, I need to stop over here and get a 4-pack.
You got to load up for the ride.
She's like, you can't have alcohol in the car. I'm like, bitch, you ain't drinking it. This is dry. Don't worry about it. I'll carry that ticket. Let me do it.
When they put the steering wheel on this side of the car, I'll worry about it.
Don't worry about it. I'm not drinking it in a can. I got it in a cup.
You know, a real friend would not let you drink and drive. He'd hold your beer so you don't spill it in the
That's
car.
right. That's right. That's right. Anyway, it's time for Tim to go to work. It's 8 o'clock. This is our out. We're going to leave you with our friend Joan. If you have any mental health problems or think that you may,
Don't call us, call her.
call her. Yeah, you don't want to call us. You do not want to rely on us for medical advice. However, this lady, you do.
She's even got papers.
Is
to
a
say so.
holistic
Yes, she
professional
does.
counselor
Peace
and
out.
consultant since 1994. And she's been exactly where you are now. Until age 39, she struggled to find her purpose and to know her self-worth. She suffered from a condition called trichotillomania, or hair pulling. But when she volunteered with Trichotillomania Learning Center Foundation for Body-Focused Repetitive Behaviors and International OCD Foundation, she discovered the innovative tools to stop pulling her hair and to change her life. If you're feeling lost, alone, and maybe helpless, Joan remember that place. And she knows there is a pathway to healing the pain. It's time to end the cycle of stress, anxiety, hopelessness, grief, or trauma. Even if you've told yourself it's impossible, contact Joan today. Her link and information for contacting her is in the show description.
Wake up, y'all, it's 7:10. Toolman, Tim, and Obscure on again. Fixing up trucks, sharing some laughs, stories and jokes from the backwoods past. We're on chasing Bigfoot through the pines, UFOs and government signs. Thinks they're after his old moonshine. Tim just rolls his eyes, says, "Oh, Ron, you'll be fine." Beer for breakfast, start your day. Tools and tales, the old school way. Tim's got the smarts, Ron's got the plans. Even hunting the swamp cabbage man. Fix it, fish it, laugh till you cry. It's a beer for breakfast morning show, oh my. Oh! Tim's the guy with a helping hand, building it better, he's your man. While Ron's out there in the swampy haze, saying the drones might strike any day. From conspiracy news to fixing cars, sharing advice that takes you far. One's the legend, the other's wild. Together they're your morning style. Beer for breakfast, start your day. Tools and tales, the old school way. Tim's got the smarts, Ron's got the plans. Even hunting the swamp cabbage man. Fix it, fish it, laugh till you cry. It's a beer for breakfast morning show, oh my. Oh! So grab yourself a beer, don't be late. With Tim and Ron, it's gonna be great. Beer for breakfast, the morning's bright. Let's kick it off, everything's alright. Full disclosure, Tim is not now and has never been in any way attached to the government. That's why Ron trusts him, even though he doesn't like grits. Coming to you alive and well from the Obscure Destination Studios in Lake Placid, Florida. As long as the feds didn't come get Ron with a drone strike last night.